always drawn since I was a child. I used to doodle, draw eyes. Eyes was my thing. All different types of eyes, trying to get it as realistic as possible. While in school, because I always used to work at home and bring stuff in, my teacher always asked me to help out in the class, so I was always helping her out. The only thing I learned from her was how to use watercolour. The last time I used watercolour was in India, 1983. I love to travel. I used to be a residential social worker, so I used to collect all my toil hours, add it up together, so the maximum time I could get off was like 3 months at a time. So I used to pack my daughter off. In those days, you didn't need, as long as you had some workbook for the kid, for the child, the child could keep up with the rest of the class. So that was what I did. So she used to come travelling with me as well. I hadn't painted at all from about 1989, 88, 89 until 2008. My husband had contracted to work in Norfolk, so I took a 6-month sabbatical from work to go travelling with him. And that's where I started painting again. Where we lived was right on the Broads, the footsteps of the Broads. It's called Hoverton and Wroxham, because that's where most of the broad boats and everything comes from. And the house actually put on the Broads, so I just had all these wide open skies. As a child, my bedroom at my mother's house in Wood Green was just behind Annie Palace, we were on the hill. So I could lay in my bed and actually look out straight into the clouds, and that brought back my wanting to start to paint again. I think it's just very thin layer after layer to touch my canvas. But like Noel Corretti was most amazed that I had the depth in it, but it wasn't bulky to receive the depth. It's like the old masters. I paint like I'm drawing, because that's how I learned to paint. Inspiration from the formations. You'd be surprised. I've taken some wonderful pictures. Most people don't believe me when I say those are actually clouds that I've taken. Or just a snippet. So my painting is just a snippet of the sky. It's not the whole sky, it's just little images within it. And I never know what's going to come out because I don't actually choose anything. All I choose is a colour. And even then, the colour I start with is not necessarily the colour I finish with.
Nothing is ever formulated. I choose a colour, and I never know what the images is going to turn out or what the canvas is going to be like when it's finished. It's only as I blend, the images appear, and I work with whatever images come through that I work with that.
I tell everyone my paintings are like children. You watch them grow, you nurture them to grow. Because each canvas can take me anything up to, the ones that we have here now, the large one took me almost a year to finish. And the other one is just 6 months, 8 months to finish them. So it's just like giving birth.